been through so many of these little farm towns. Today I'm driving to Messina, New York. I fished the Toyota series on Champlain, left my rig at Plattsburgh at a buddy's house, flew back up. Now I'm driving to Messina. Like, I thought where I lived in South Carolina was the country. Like, we always talk about how country it is where I live, but until you've come to upstate New York, you really don't understand how there's a lot of rural America. I cannot say the word rural. There's a lot of rural America out here. There's a little Amish house right there. Actually, that was a barn, sorry. Okay, so this week is a pretty important week. I find myself in 40th place in the AOY standings. 50 people will go to the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit Championship. I would be lying if I said there's no pressure to do good in this event. A solid finish here puts me in that $200,000 championship. A not so good finish here, I could backstep a good bit and find myself outside that top 50 and not qualify for the championship. I want to qualify for the championship. So I got here. This is gonna be home for the week. Thomas! Thomas! I am here. Tom must not actually be here right now. His boat's here. Tom's boat is here, but I don't think he's here, or he's either taking a dump. He did say he was going somewhere. He might be out to eat. I don't know what the case may be. But I was just going to try to figure out this parking situation, because the parking situation looks a little bit suspect at the moment.
Oh man.
So I'm back with Tom again this week. Last week it was me and Cam. Now it's just me and Tom here in New York. We're figuring out the world's problems. We're getting poles moved so we can park our boats. Tom, are you gonna catch them this week?
I've got one problem though.
What's that? Oh shit, what'd you do? Did you break your finger?
See that right there?
How did you do that?
So I was at the ramp, right? Lake Ontario.
That's blood?
Yeah, in this. So I'm at the ramp, so I go to Lake Ontario and like catch them really good, right? So I come back in, gonna put it on the trailer, and I back the boat down, and I close my truck door, and I feel like this pinch, and I look back, and my finger is closed in the door. I mean, it's stuck.
Did you break it?
Well, no, I just about cut it off. So it's blood going everywhere, and the truck's running.
Dude, that is blood. So that's blood from your finger.
Oh, it's pouring. It wasn't like throbbing. It was like pouring out.
So was the door sharp back there or something? Or you just shut it that bad?
You can see the blood right there. It's like this gap right here.
I might get COVID from that. I better not touch it, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's like COVID. It was in between that my finger was in.
You should probably not do that. So here's my New York State traffic violation that I got on the way up here. We're trying to figure out if my charge is on here. I don't think. He actually wrote me for no trailer registration, which we don't register trailers in South Carolina. I was curious to see how much it actually was, but I guess I got to go online. It doesn't say. See if that makes sense to you. I don't know if it.
Hey. So
I got stopped. I was speeding. Okay, I was going 70 and a 55. So
allegedly.
I probably was going 70. To be honest with you, I was probably going 75.
Like, you're a bass fisherman. A bass boat, the only way to drive a bass boat is to drove it like you stole it.
Drove it like you stole it.
And if you stole it, you're not going to register it. So, officer, as a bass fisherman, I really feel like I can't register my boat.
I cannot register my boat.
Can't register the trailer.
But I wouldn't have got it stopped at all if I wouldn't have been going 70 and a 55 either, so.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly is what he says. I was on it. Oh, the old Super Duty was like, she was spooled up coming through there. Interesting fact about the houses here in New York. I was at the gas station, they were talking about how warm it was today. It was like 80 degrees. Check out, this is how taboo it is up here up north. In New York, there's not even a central air unit in the house that we're staying in. Can you imagine building a house without an air conditioning? That seems so weird to me, but yes, there's no, in the house right now, it's like kind of stuffy. Actually, it's very stuffy. It feels like grandma's house in here. Let me show you if I turn the light on. I don't know how to turn this light on. How do you turn the light on in here? I don't know if you can see that or not. 80 degrees, okay? Why would you have your house at 80 degrees? I have no idea. If your house can get to 80 degrees, that means you need central heating and air. Tom, would you not agree that if the inside of your house can get to 80 degrees, you need central heating and air, right? That's
It does it for 3 days a year.
yeah, but it's not gonna be easy to go to sleep because I gotta cover up. I can't just lay there bucket naked. Yeah, that's the other reason, because you're gonna break off a lot here with all that current and rocks and stuff. That's the other reason you use it. It's just been ingrained that braided fluoro and this knot and that knot. You don't have to have all. You don't have to. We're not used to that anymore. But see, like I'm not even casting really anyway, though. Not really. Multiple benefits on using straight braid, straight fluorocarbon. Handles better in the wind. Like I could rattle off so many reasons to use. If you go back and look, guarantee you're straight fluoro. You just got so much more line control. With that braid, any kind of breeze is going to be blowing your line all over the place, and you're not keeping your bait down on the bottom. When you go that straight fluorocarbon, man, your bait, you can keep it down so much better. And then even like if it gets into a situation where I have to use 6-pound test, there's not up for discussion. 100% going straight fluoro, because I don't like having that braid with no stretch with such light diameter line.
So if you're going 6-pound leader, you're definitely going to.
No. If it's a situation where I feel like I need 6-pound test instead of 8-pound test or 10, like I'm going straight fluoro, because I don't like having 6-pound test to a braid to fluorocarbon setup. I don't like that non-stretch of the braid and then that little bitty fluorocarbon line. I don't. That's not necessarily a good mix for me. All right, let's see. I wonder how far would it take, how long would it take to get down to the mouth down there of the river? It's like 90 miles, I think. So if you went down there, you would really have to be catching them. I mean, it's one of those things that's not out of reach to go down there to like this Carleton Island or something, but like if you go down there, like you gotta be catching them. I don't feel like it would be any, like with it being a river, I don't feel like there would be anywhere where you would make a couple drifts and have 25 pounds. But he goes down to the river though, right? I mean to the lake rather. With only 2 days, God, there's a huge stretch of river where there's really not that much though. There's quite a bit right here at the launch where we're putting in at. Yeah, so basically you got this area right here where we're launching at, something down here like around Cane Creek or something, Coles Creek. I bet, you know what I bet a safe bet is just to go around every island. Go to an island. Well, you know, like so you got a few big ones though. So like this, what is this, Benedict Island? I bet that would be a safe bet. Like how could you go wrong with that? Yeah. Look what we're getting for dinner tonight. I'm gonna get some McDonald's. Something good for my intestines. Is this person in line or what are they doing? From McDonald's, yeah.
It don't matter, it's all created. Not good for your body.
You don't think it's good for my body? Chicken nuggets, or should I get a hamburger?
Ready?
Let me get a number 2 combo, a 1/4 pounder with cheese combo, medium size, and let me get a Dr. Pepper to drink.
Create your first one, please.
Okay. Dang, $9.93. McDonald's high in New York, ain't it? It'd be like $4 at home. There we go. All right. I'm gonna sit at the table and have some dinner. It's the calm before the storm. I think we got a storm coming tonight. Nevertheless, I never sleep the night before the first practice. Just thinking about, you know, what you're gonna do, how it's all gonna go down. Kind of excited about this in a weird kind of way. I've never been to this particular section of the St. Lawrence. I've actually fished the St. Lawrence before 2 years ago, and I didn't realize when this was on the schedule how close I was to where Mark and I fished 2 years ago when we fished the Pan American in what do they call that, Cornwall? But that was actually right here, just on the Canadian side of the river. So I don't know if any of that stuff that we did last year or 2 years ago is going to work. It feels like just last year. We had that COVID year, so we kind of skipped a year. But this is it. It's the same river, but a different pool. We're down, I don't know, a couple 20 or 30 miles from where we fished 2 years ago. And I would imagine that it fished pretty much the same. I have no idea. But that was a fun tournament. A lot of big fish caught in that event in a very small area, very simple fishing. Actually kind of like my style stuff. So this is a nice dig. You know how, like, well, we call them cribs. They call them, you remember that guy in Arkansas? You remember that when we were in Arkansas? I was like, oh, that's a nice dig. This is a nice place. Let me show you. It's kind of artsy. That was a good job, Tom. Like,
this is a cottage, right?
Yeah, this is a cottage.
That's code for no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. Yeah, well, there's no air conditioning, but it's nice.
It is.
It's nice. Whoever owns this house must be kind of like artsy. This is a map to wherever. Actually, no, it's probably not, because the St. Lawrence is literally that little speck right there. But check out the kitchen. I guarantee you, whoever owns this place is kind of like the artsy kind of. They're drawing pictures, painting stuff, and making doodads and trinkets. You remember, I would have gotten in trouble for writing on the refrigerator like this. I probably shouldn't put the Wi-Fi password on the video. But they put it, even our house instructions are literally on the side of the refrigerator. I think they painted it in like, that's like chalkboard paint, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's chalkboard paint. That was actually pretty smart. I should let my kids do that. My kids write on the walls now. Like they're right. My middle one is writing on walls everywhere. There's a spider. He's writing on every wall he can get a chance to. But look, like, I like this. This is really nice.
This is what I've noticed. So there's plants everywhere, right?
Right.
All the plants, though.
Yeah.
They have wine bottles in them.
Yeah, but that's how you water them. So you put water in there, and then you stick it in there, and then it just kind of waters itself over time.
I think they're drunk.
That's
then there's the plant up here.
This is nice. Look at that.
What's
this one or this one?
What?
Yeah, that one.
What's that one using?
Oh, wow.
Wow. That plant's pretty basic.
Wow. And you know, that's like illegal where I live.
Yeah.
You get caught with that, you go to jail. We'll have to show you this room in the daytime. They kind of set the mood. They set a mood in here. There's no lights. You got only the lamp. But it's still good. They got more plants. Like I like all the plants they got. I like plants. Got plants there. You got ferns over here in the corner. I just feel live. You know, you feel live. They got life in here. Most time you go to places like this, it's just kind of like white walls and that's it. I was scared when I was walking up the steps. I almost knocked one of these off the wall. I'd like to have that in my house, but my kids would knock it down.
Yeah, she's growing.
Yeah, she's growing weeds on the walls. I actually do like. That's a really neat idea how she put the water in the bottles and like that's a neat idea.
How thirsty would you have to be in the middle of the night if you woke up and didn't want to walk downstairs and wanted a drink? Like how thirsty would you have to be for a drink?
I'd be pretty daggum thirsty because that would taste pretty. That would taste green. Dude, the bathroom's even nice. Yeah. The bathroom.
Crystals on the cabinet.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. The whole, like all of the tiles. What is that, velvet?
It even smells decent here. You know, most of these cabins we stay in.
Oh yeah, they can be a little musty.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You can see like the plants make everything smell good. She's got it did up in here, man. I keep saying she. I'm assuming it is. It is a she.
To tell because it's actually nice inside. Because all of us dudes, we just like here plywood.
Why you put the wood in there, honey? Put some wood in there. Let's see how I get the light on in my room. This is where I'm staying at. I like it. I didn't even look at what is that, green? It's green off, but it's just really nice, man. She's got some flair. She's got taste.
And actual blackout drapes. So on her day off, normally everybody's. It's like you can read a newspaper through them. These are actually blackout drapes.
Yeah,
I
need it dark. I'm gonna go ahead and let my windows up so I can get some air flowing in here.
A meeting day, you might sleep in literally till like 6:30 or 7.
This is nice.
Late, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'll let the windows up. I'm feeling this house. I like I'm in the interior design. I guess it's because I was a landscape designer, so I like that. Tom's got a pad in here. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, that was a neat idea. That was a neat idea. She put the pictures in the, like, I don't know what you call it. That was neat. Tom's got a nice pad in here. He's got the yellow room. I got the green room, and he's got the yellow room. It's looking good. More plants. Fish are gonna be in grass this week. Yeah. Now you can bet on that.
Yeah.
Fish are gonna be in grass.
Isolated clumps.
Yeah, the fish are definitely gonna be in isolated clumps of grass just off the river channel. That's what's the vibe I'm getting off of this house this week. Is that if you fish grass, the bass will come. That's what I'm getting off of it. This week's a really important week. If I don't do well here, I don't make the championship. If I do well, or if I do really good, I'll have a really good point standing this year. Like if I can make if I make the top 50 cut, for sure we're going to the championship. Anything lower than that is going to make it really, really hard for me to qualify for the championship. Setting in 40th or 41st in points. So kind of like bubblish, but not really. I can't remember how the points shake out. You can say the numbers all you want, but really what truly matters is how many points you have. So I'm hoping I catch them this week. Tom, you got goals for this week? What's the goal for you this week?
I want to learn how to turn these lights on.
That's it.
There's like a remote here. This is like to hell with the bass. I want to figure out how to get these on. And
this is the goal. Go out and do my thing, and I'm gonna let it happen the way it's supposed to happen. So far this year, there has not really been a tournament that I fished where I kind of went into the first day with clueless. So I don't feel like I should be any type of way of intimidated, even though I've never been in this particular pool, thinking that I'm not going to find anything. So I don't want to go in and practice scared like that. I know within 2 days, I'm going to find me 2 or 3 areas that I feel like I can catch some fish. So I'm going in with that confidence in it. Hope it all works out. So you may not see a couple videos until this week is over. After this one, I'm going to kind of I'm just going to practice daylight to dark and just focus on this tournament and get by. But the guys are coming to vlog the actual event itself, but instead of the daily uploads like you've been seeing from me for the last week or so, won't be any daily uploads this week. It's going to be just this video, and then you're probably going to see me go silent for a little while. But I'm not gone. I'm just out here about my father's business. That's all. But I'm hoping it's gonna be a good week. I love fishing up north. I like coming up here. If you've never fished up this way, it's definitely an experience. This is it's so different than just the culture in general of the area. Is just so different than what I grew up around, and the fishing is totally different than anything that I have even remotely close to where I live. So it's exciting to come up here and fish and do something different that I can't experience anywhere else. So yeah, that's all I got for you. See ya. All right, last video you're gonna see for a week or two. It takes me like 3 days to drive home from here. So after I finish the event, which is all week this week, then it's gonna take me at least 2 days to drive home and then another day to recover. So I'll disappear and then reappear in the next 14 days or so.